going on YouTube? It's your girl Miss Lexi here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're actually going to do another base building video. Now for today's base that we're going to look at making, we're actually going to have like a little secret bunker. So basically I'm using the foundation to make a hidden bunker underneath the actual base, where we will be hiding our TC down there and a bunch of loot boxes, and you can also fit some other things down there such as like repair benches. That doesn't take up more than a half wall. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So what we want to do first is we're gonna go ahead and place down a foundation like this. Now you want to look for a relatively flat area as well. And then we're going to go through and put some square foundations around, and we're going to fill in those square foundations with a couple of triangles. Now in an ideal world, it would have been nice to not build where there is a bunch of rocks, but it's fine, it is what it is. We're just going to have to deal with them. Doesn't affect anything, but just the aesthetic of it. So what we're going to do next is place down these half walls all around the base, and then we're going to put down some square floors. And now we'll jump up here. Now we'll fill in the middle right here. Now what we want to do here is we're going to figure out where we want our airlock to be. So I'm going to put mine over here. Now just because we are obviously doing a bunker base, we're going to have to go through and manually craft this one here. I'm just going to go and rotate these a bit. Fill that in with stone. Perfect. And now we will just put down our floor triangle here. And if you do have the resources, go ahead and upgrade everything. What we will do from this point on as well is we will go through and craft all of our walls. But what we'll do is put down a tool cupboard. So I was trying to play around with this to see where I'd ideally like the tool cupboard to be, and we'll just put it down over here. And because obviously this is a half wall design, and we'll just leave that as it is just at the moment. We'll just seal this part here. Now we'll go ahead and finish placing all these walls down and have them all upgraded. And what we also want to do is add in an airlock. So we'll put the airlock over here, craft a couple of doors. And now that we've got all of this down, so because at the moment I won't be obviously expanding the space to be like a 2-story base or anything like that, so we can go ahead and basically seal off the roof. We'll worry about this part of the roof when we jump onto the roof to fix it up, but at this stage in time we'll just go through, seal that all off. It's getting a bit dark in here, but that's okay. So anyway, so now we've got our airlock down. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through and make a ramp with a couple of storage components over here. Only because I was going to put a like some metal shelving through here, but basically, oh my god, I can hear raiding going on. So we've got our 2 ramps here. We're just going to make them into sheet metal. This is also no, don't want stone, I want sheet metal. There we go. Pretty sure very recently they just brought out the ability to snap boxes into places, which will be quite handy for downstairs. And we also obviously want to upgrade that and flip that around. Same with this side, perfect. And what we want to do in here is this will just be essentially like another little loot room. So once we've got all of this down, what we're going to do over here is we're going to put a garage door down and also a key lock, and this will just lead to our little underground bunker area. So we'll go ahead and lift this one up, and what we'll do with this section, I'm actually going to go through and place down a half wall here, upgrade that to stone, or we can go with metal, with sheet metal. We're going to place down a few furnaces here. Put 1, 2, and 3. Oh, so we'll just jump down on. We'll just use these as a walking platform. I was just trying to think of ways that we could utilize space. And then once we come down here, but what we'll do is we'll place down a couple of boxes down here. Now, I believe recently they've just brought in this snapping so that it's easier to snap boxes so that we can essentially fit more things in. We love that so much. And then we will just put down, because obviously we're going to want to reach all of these boxes as well, so we'll just go through and fill, oh gosh, blocked by half wall. Perfect. So we've got our big boxes, and then we will also do the same for over here. Perfect. And then another thing we can always do as well while we're down here, only because we can actually put this one up, but we could put a repair bench over here, and then put in a couple of little boxes in between, and then we can obviously go ahead and place some more boxes down. So yeah, this is basically underground. Obviously you can make it look quite a lot more aesthetically pleasing as well, but anywho, what we'll do now is once you've kind of gone through, so you can place, for example, boxes, repair benches, smaller boxes, and all that stuff down. Unfortunately, we can't quite put down other things like, for example, workbenches or anything like that, so or the research table as well. So what we'll do is we'll just put down this research table down upstairs here. We'll start off with level 1, and we can always pop that one down here, and then we can always put down, for example, level 2, and then eventually replace it for level 3 over here. And then when you come outside here, just make sure that you upgrade anything else that needs to be upgraded as well. Alrighty, and then once your base is all upgraded looking like this as well, what we can always do to add another layer of protection against the raiders out there, we can always go ahead and honeycomb the base. So one thing to bear in mind when you're doing a bunker base, the harder thing is that obviously when you're honeycombing it, it does take a bit longer because you have to incorporate those half walls as well as the full length wall as well. So what you'll need to do is go ahead and place all of these foundations down. I'll just speed run this for you guys. And then once that is all done, I'm gonna go and craft a ladder, and then what we'll do up here is just finish off by sealing the roof. Alrighty, and then this is the final base design from the outside. So as you can see, we've just gone ahead and put our honeycomb down. I did have to remove a foundation because I realized I accidentally did an extra one at the entrance, but it's fine. Now the base looks a lot more better. So what we'll do is we'll do the final tour of the base over here. We'll come into here. So over here we just have things that we can't put in the bunker. So for example, research table, workbenches, we've got some extra boxes up here as well. I'll put back down that door. And obviously this area here, we didn't really want to use it as much because we can enter this area from underneath the base. Makes it a lot more safer for the tool cupboard. And then we jump into here. Obviously there's many ways that you can design this base as well. This is just kind of a rough idea of how I've gone about this. And then obviously over here we've got our tool cupboard hiding in the corner, and when you log off for the day or go roaming, you can always put a window over there as well. But yeah, so down here is just where you want to keep all your important loots or your guns. There's many more things that you can put in the space. This is just sort of like just a super basic tutorial for the space here. Anyway guys, I'm going to end the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you were new. If you've got any suggestions or recommendations for future videos, please comment them down below or message me them on social media as well, which will be linked in my description. If you do want to see more of me, I do live stream on Twitch 3 days a week, so all the details for that will also be in the description. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!